Alright, got another one for you. So the 2006 Honda Accord. I think it's the third part series here of my mother's Honda Accord. These new brakes. So we're gonna do all 4 brakes. Lucky for these Hondas, they're all pads. So it's not rotors. Bought the pads from my local automotive store. I think they're about the good, mid-grade ones are like $50, $60 for a pair. So you're looking at 120. Taxes probably 180. All right. So we're gonna get to it. It's gonna be a 12 millimeter here. Break that off, and then you just pry this up. This flips over, and the pads are right there. Now, pro tip is you got to release, because once you take off the pads, you have to compress the brake caliper back in to get the new pads in, because the thickness, as the master cylinder closes up, opens over time, as you compress it and brakes, it closes up, and the wear and tear of the pads go away. So you compress the cylinder, master cylinder, back out, pushing the reservoir back up here. So pro tip is you want to just crack this open. So just, what I do is I take off the cap and just leave it. That way pressure can come back from the caliper. You'll see. Let's get to get the calipers off this. The brake pads off this. So 12 millimeter, break it off. Just my gloves. What was that noise? For all the clips. Here's the cylinder you want to push back in. You're going to do that with a C-clamp. And that compresses back the caliper. Let's see. Yep. Okay. So you just basically flip it up. You try to tie something that way it doesn't drop, or I don't want to do a new brake line or anything like that. And of course, my rope is too short. So put it in like so, and tie up to the wishbone suspension up here. That way it's out of the way. You can start taking out the pads. I don't know what this is for, but I guess we'll keep it. Let's see, because it's getting dark. Sorry. There we go. Now what this is about, we'll keep it close by. This should just come right out. Regular flathead. I usually do one at a time, that way we can match up the new one with the old one. There's one. Yeah, we'll do this way. And the second one should just pop right up. It's more like in this situation. Sorry about that. Shine some light on this situation. There we go. So the complaint I was getting from this is not much so the front pads being out, they look fine, back pads, but since I have the car, I'm just going to do everything. Let's see. Try to match these up. It's anti-squeak. I don't know who believes it. Some people believe in it. I believe in it. Anti-squeaky thing. Is that a word? Anti-squeaky thing. Two pads. I try to match them up. So that looks about right. Now the other piece. That one. That's that one. Okay. It's a little nubby thing. Yes, that's a word. Little nubby thing. So that looks good. All right. A little nubby thing. See, it has the little holes just like the previous one. It should be able to pop right in. There it is. And on this side, no holes up top. Get it. No persuasion. There we go. No persuasion. Now I'll show you how to close up the master cylinder without ruining the master cylinder. So I take the old one and just pair it up to this one. That way I don't ruin the cylinder. I got a big C clamp. Make sure nothing's back here besides the vigorous brake line. You want to ruin that. We'll be here longer than we should. Okay, that's good. So basically, this is going to compress the caliper. Like go, like easy. There we go. It feels pretty good. You should go all the way. See, pretty flushed up there now. Now it should be able to just slide right over. First I gotta release this. Release the packet. Bam. All right. Can't forget about this goopy thing. Up there. Happy grease there. So because this is a power brake, as you pump the brakes, it'll close back up. And there it is. Put the 12mm back, snug it up. And so you repeat the same process on the front. This is the front passenger. We're going to do the same thing on the driver's side. So I'm not going to show you that one, but I'll show you the back ones. So slide right in easily, put the coupe back on, close up the master cylinder, allows you to close this down. Put the goop on there, put the 12mm back. I won't show you the other side. This is the passenger right side. It's gonna be the same thing opposite side on the driver's side, but I'll show you the rear pads also. Okay, hang tight. So for the rear brakes, almost similar. 12 millimeter goes back here. You can see the back. There's not much pads left in that one. See it? Pretty much metal there. So I'll do the same thing. Take 12 millimeter off, and then we'll flip this up. Probably put an extension on that. Yeah, there we go. I think you told me that they shouldn't be that tight, you know. There's an angle for you guys there. How's that? You see that? Good. Comes off. This should just come right up. Really in there, huh? All right. Shouldn't be this hard. Unless I'm the first to replace this, then it's a problem. Come on. And it's starting to rain. There we go. That's why I didn't want to come up. All right, so repeat the same step as we did the other time on the other side. We'll set this off side a little bit. All right, obviously this is the next day. It was raining, I had to stop. I hate to not finish the job, but we did the front brakes. We closed up the master cylinder, brake master cylinder, the front with the C-clamp. Now we're doing the rear. Again, it's 2006 Honda Accord. Mother-in-law's 4-part series on this car, so hopefully you have subscribed if you haven't already. All right, so for this part, because the rear is a integrated, I can't even say that word, integrated brake system, meaning the emergency brake, the hand brake, and the regular braking system is one piece. So the trick to this one, I was trying to close with the C-clamp, but then I saw this plus sign here. It's like, that doesn't seem. As I was saying, you have to turn this clockwise to close this piston back up. So I bought this tool from my local hardware stores. Supposedly one of these fits on there. And you kind of turn it in. So this is like $8, I think. So you put the 3/8 ratchet drive on here, just turn it in. Just turn this in. Problem is this is pretty stuck. I just tried that. It didn't work. So let's use a little persuasion with the hammer. Turn this in. This thing will move. turn in. This one expands and stuff too. There we go. So there's tool, $8. And turn it all back in. All right, I guess I need the extension. You want to use extension for the fulcrum. Another space you have in there. But it's turning. So we can zoom in for you guys. So you see when I turn it. See right here? You see this turning. See it turning. Did you get the idea? Let me get to this. You get the idea. I'm not going to be doing this all day. Two. I broke. $8. I'll just buy a new one, but I need to get this done. Seriously? There goes those. Well, that's one way to do it. By script. Just to recap, so I bought this thing from my local automotive place for $8. So attached to this 3/8 drive, it's supposed to be able to turn in the the e-brake integrated with the back brake, but it doesn't work. This is like made of aluminum. It says not to put, do not use an impact wrench on this. Yeah, which I did. I don't listen. So it broke. All the nubbies broke. So that's broke. So I used a vice grip. I'm just going to turn in a vice grip, and I'm using this plier to kind of counter the turn-in part. That's how we're going to get it done. As you can see, it's turning now. Oh, I painted the butt. I don't know why Honda built it this way. This is not easy to close up. And the front was just a simple C-clamp that closes right up. I don't know what this is all about. So this flathead is just to counter the twisting as I'm going in with this one. So it's all back together. That's compressed down pretty good there. 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 That's compressed down pretty good. Put it all back together. I don't know what this is for, but we're going to put it back in where I found it. The new box didn't come. Didn't seem to have it. We'll put it back. What it's worth. Oh yeah, fired. Now why are you out? Get back in there. Get back. Yeah. This can come back in. There we go. Shabam. Back in business. Okay, let's put the brake line bracket holder thingamajiggy back in its place. All right. Let's do this. Okay, that's one. Oh, biggie. Tap, tap. here. Tap, tap. Good. Alrighty. Let's get the correct nothing's leaking. Brake line is intact. Put the tie back on. We'll repeat the same thing on the opposite side. Alright. So once you're done with all 4 brakes, remember to put this back. Just tighten this back up.